So do you also want to automatically generate SEO keywords? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to automate AI-based SEO keywords research in Google Sheets. So like you, I also used to manually research all the keywords, but this is such a time-consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the post title and the content into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the SEO keywords related to it, and further I'm just going to add that back again into my Google Sheets. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, and Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this video I'll show you how to automate SEO keyword research using AI right inside Google Sheets. So whether you're managing blog content, product listing or landing pages, this AI powered workflow will generate keyword suggestions, search intent analysis and long tail keywords based on your input topics. It saves you hours of manual research while giving you a clear edge in content planning. So let's dive in and turn your Google Sheets into a smart SEO assistant. So yes, I have already created this automation, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this automation. So for that, I'm just going to enter the main topic right over here. Then I'm just going to enter the target audience. Then I'm just going to enter the region right over here. And at last, what is going to happen is that automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the keyword, the search intent, content topic and long tail keywords. So we just have to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent is generating me all of these details. So yes, we don't have to do anything. I've simply entered all of these details, and now within seconds and in real time, all these details will be generated and added right over here in my spreadsheet. So yes, you can see that within seconds and in real time, all of these details have been generated and added right over here in my spreadsheet. So yes, this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm simply going to open a new tab, and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free, and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and as soon as we're just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect's account, and once I'm just going to click on this access now, it is going to open the dashboard of my Pabbly Connect's account. And after opening this dashboard, over here we are simply going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I have already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I have already created many folders, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now it is asking me for the workflow name, so I'm simply going to enter my workflow name right over here. Automate AI-based SEO keywords research in Google Sheets, and then we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it right over here. And now for the trigger event, I'm simply going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. And after selecting this, it is giving me a webhook URL. So I'm just going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between my Google Sheets and my Pabbly Connect's workflow. So what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL and then I'm just going to open my Google Sheets. And now from here, we have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then we have to go towards this get add-ons. And after coming over here towards this get add-ons, we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet, which is Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So I'm simply going to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks right over here. And as you can see, the same. So I'm simply going to install this extension. So as you can see that I have already installed this extension, and that is the reason that it is giving me the option of uninstall. But if you haven't installed this extension, you're going to get the option of install right over here, and you can install your extension right from here. And once you install the extension, you have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet. Otherwise, you'll not be able to get the option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this Pabbly Connect Webhooks option, we have to go towards this initial setup. And after coming over here towards this initial setup, it is going to ask me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So I'm simply going to paste the URL which we copied from my workflow. And now for the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter my trigger column, which is C. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So now after doing this, I'm simply going to click on this button which says submit. And once I'm just going to click on this submit, you can see that it is saying setup configured successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. We're just going to go towards this extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and over here we are simply going to switch on this button which is send on event. So it is a really important step to switch on this button which is send on event, because upon switching on this button, what is going to happen is that now whenever a new event is going to occur in our spreadsheet, automatically my workflow is going to get triggered. So now I'm just going to do the test submission. Alright, so to do the test submission, I'm simply going to enter the main topic, then I'm just going to enter the target audience, and at last I'm just going to enter the region. And once I'm just going to enter all of these details, with this we have successfully did the test submission, and now these details have been sent towards our workflow. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for all of these details. And with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now I'm just going to move on forward towards my action. Now what I want is I want to automate AI-based SEO keyword research in Google Sheets. So for that, I'm just going to simply select my action application as my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So I'm just going to search for OpenAI and select it. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. Now it is asking me for the same once again. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account, you can go towards this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, you simply have to go towards your OpenAI API key page, and from here you have to create your API token. So how are you going to create this API token? For that, you have to go towards this create new secret key. You have to give the key name and select the project and click on the create secret key button, and your token will be created. I've already created my token, so I'm simply going to enter my token and click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it's asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select my AI model right over here. You can select any another of your choice. I'm just going to keep it as GPT-4. Now it is asking me for the prompt, so I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. And after entering this prompt, I'm simply going to enter the details right over here, with the help of which my AI agent is going to generate me the keywords. So I'm simply going to enter my details right over here, but we are not going to enter the details manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we are just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So first, I'm just going to map this main topic right over here. I'm just going to look for it and map it. Then I'm just going to map the target audience audience, I'm just going to look for the target audience and map it. And at last, I'm just going to map this region. So I'm just going to look for the region right over here. I'm just going to search for region and map it. And after mapping all of these details, we are simply going to click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on the save and send test request, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me all the details which I want. Over here, you can see that my AI agent has successfully generated me the keywords, the search intent, the content idea, and the long tail keywords too. And now I'm just going to add all of these details into my Google Sheets. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it right over here. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as update row. So I'm just going to look for it and select it. And now we simply have to click on this button which says connect. And now it is asking me for the same ones again. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets, you can go towards this, select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection. And now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And now Pabbly is asking me to select the Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Sheets. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account, and after selecting my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And after connecting this account, it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. So I'm simply going to select my spreadsheet right over here. Alright, so first I'm just going to refresh this field, and over here I'm just going to select my spreadsheet, which is AI SEO Keywords Research Hub. And after selecting my spreadsheet, I'm simply going to select the sheet 2, which is sheet 1. So I'm simply going to select the spreadsheet and the sheet, and now I'm just going to map this row index. So I'm just going to look for row index and map it. And after mapping this row index, I'm just going to move on further. I'm just going to map the keyword, search intent, content angle / topic, and the long tail keywords one by one, which my AI agent generated. So first I'm just going to map this keywords, then I'm just going to map this search intent, and at last I'm just going to map this topic, and then I'm just going to map this long tail keywords. And after mapping all of these details, I'm simply going to click on this button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully added these details into our spreadsheet. And over here you can see that the details have been added into our spreadsheet. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is that as soon as I add these 3 details right over here in my spreadsheet, automatically the rest of the details will be generated using my AI agent. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. Like I showed you in the starting of this video, automatically within seconds and in real time, these details will be generated and added into our Google Sheets. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.